Welcome back, guys, and today I'll be doing a creamy Cajun shrimp Alfredo, and I'll be using about 5 tablespoons of butter, 5 cloves of garlic that I have grated, some creole seasoning, black pepper, some Parmesan and Romano cheese, my sea salt as usual, some dried thyme leaves, paprika, some heavy whipping cream, and in this jar I have my pasta. And in this bowl I have my raw shrimp. It's 1 pack. Let's get started. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to boil my pasta. Now on the box says 12 to 14 minutes. I'm going to do it for 10 minutes. I need it al dente, and I added salt and some oil. And now I'm going to start seasoning up my shrimp. I'm going to be starting with my Creole seasoning. I'm just going to be putting about half of a teaspoon in there. Followed by my black pepper, 2 teaspoons. And next I'll be going in with my sea salt, and I will be using half of a teaspoon. Next I'll be going in with my thyme, and I'll be using just about 1.5 teaspoons. And next I'll be going in with my paprika, and I will be putting just about half of a teaspoon in there. And this is just solely for color, because paprika doesn't really have any taste to it. And next, with clean hands, I'm just going to toss everything around, making sure that every piece of those shrimp gets some of that good old seasoning. And it is smelling amazing, and it's not even cooked. And now I'm going to be starting off with my butter. I'm going to start making my sauce. So I put in 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to allow it to melt. So my pasta has been going for 9 to 10 minutes. I'm going to drain it and put it under cold water. So now I'm going to start to saute my shrimp. I'm going to have it cook on each side for 1 to 2 minutes. Do not let it go past 2 minutes, as it will become rubbery. Plus, it has to go back into that whole Alfredo sauce where it's going to be cooked again. So please do not cook it for over 2 minutes. So it has been 1.5 minutes, and I'm just going to be flipping them over. Now this is the first time I'm flipping it. So the shrimp is all done. I'm just going to be removing them from the pot. Next, I'm placing the garlic in that same pot that I had the shrimp sauteing a minute ago. And I'm going to add an additional 1 tablespoon of butter to there. And I'm just moving it around, and I'm going to leave it to toast a bit for about 4 to 5 minutes before I do the next step. Next, I'm going to go in with some chicken broth. And I'm going to be putting about 3/4 of a cup. Also, you can use white wine if you have any on hand. And next, I'm going to go in with my heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to be using about 1.5 cups of it. You're just going to move it around. Now, if you have a whisk, you can also use that other than a wooden spoon. Just make sure that everything is well incorporated. You can see that garlic and it is very fragrant. Now I'm going in to season that sauce with some black pepper. I'm using about 1 teaspoon. Followed by my thyme. And I'm using 1 teaspoon as well. And then my paprika, same measurement, 1 teaspoon. Now, if you want the sauce to be more on the whiter side, you can leave the paprika out because this is going to add a little bit of color. And then my Creole seasoning. I'll be putting the measurements in the description box. Now, the Creole seasoning gives it a little kick. Now, you do not put too much. So my sauce has been cooking for the past 2 minutes and it has come to a slow boil. And now I'm going to go in with my Parmesan cheese. And I love the taste of Parmesan cheese with my cream sauce. So I am going to go a little bit heavy with it. And just move that around so you can pretty much just awaken those seasonings. So now I put my stove off and I just let that residual heat bring everything together. And I'm adding my pasta in right now. And I'm pretty much just mixing it around just to make sure that every piece of pasta gets some of that good sauce. It is already smelling so amazing in this kitchen. Oh my gosh. And next I'm going to be adding in my shrimp. Now they're already fully cooked from earlier. They're just going to be getting a little bit of that heat, which is all that they need. And you can start tossing that pasta and shrimp around just to make sure that the shrimp gets some of that sauce on it as well. And this is looking so good, guys. Now you can add other seafood if you like lobster and crab, but this is just fine on its own as well. And our creamy Cajun shrimp Alfredo is done. Thanks again for watching and see you next time.